Oh, I noticed the same thing because, I'm big on Linux and I asked her to be on my show. We could talk about Linux because there's not a whole lot of women on Linux. And so, I seen her videos. I thought they were well done. And so, of course, she didn't really say anything. And then I see her on the computability. I was like, what's up with that, Nixie? No, and she probably didn't know me that well. So, well, what can you do? Maybe I wasn't butch enough. Maybe if I played the tough guy,
Princess Diaries. Everything you always wanted to know about chocolate.
But yeah, actually I tried to get her on the show because, like I said, she does the Linux, and so I figured, why not? Maybe I'm not geeky enough. I don't know. Maybe I'll tape the center of my glasses. Maybe that'll attract her. Yeah. No, that's okay. No hard feeling, Nixie Pixel. If you're watching this, she probably isn't, but if she was, no hard feelings. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just shut off the music. We only got about 4 more minutes. But I do have a YouTube channel, but I don't really post videos. It's just mainly to subscribe to the different videos. And then, I got Nixie Pixels. Yeah, I do have Chris Perillo. Well, I like some of his past videos better than some of his newer ones. Yeah, maybe I wasn't submissive enough. Maybe that's maybe she was looking for a slave. I don't know. Maybe that was funny. I'm just kidding. Kidding, Nixie. Don't kill me. She'd be like blogging about stuff about me now. So, hey, well, yeah, I was because he put dominatrix stuff in the chat. So it was really Carlo Brown's fault. So, dominating dominatrix. He's put his surprise wine from a bill. Oh, you know what? I do got a bottle of wine. Hold on. Maybe I should celebrate. Hey, maybe I'll celebrate after I put the SSD drive, and it actually works. And then I'll bring out the bottle of wine to celebrate. Hey, 7-936, how you doing? And a couple more minutes, we're gonna kick off the tech show, and stick around. We're gonna put the SSD drive in. Yes, we are. And yeah, I've actually got some wine, believe it or not. Yeah, some Merlot too. Yeah. And I've got some cheese to go along with that wine. Doesn't that sound pretty good? Some cheese with the wine. Actually, I like the cheddar cheese. And I'm doing there, Dunlop. You just joined us? The Dunlop. Well, you know what? Now, he came on my show. It was a Saturday. It was nothing planned. And now, he kind of made fun or something about him drinking wine. And I said, why are you going to put down you're a wino? And he kind of popped out of chat. Hopefully, I didn't offend him in any way. He just kind of disappeared after that. So, I thought I would just kind of, going along with his joke. But, sometimes it's hard to, I don't think there's no hard feeling. Just, he just happened to pop out. He might have had internet problems. Who knows? But, things like that happen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do have a bottle of wine that I bought the other day, but maybe I'll save it for a special occasion. All right, we'll just go ahead and get started. There's a few things that now there's a lot of things at the last minute just came out. Of course, if you're into gaming, the Black Ops came out yesterday. I'm not a huge gamer. I do like my first-person shooters, though, occasionally. And, of course, the Wirecast 4.0 just came out. I think it came out today. I'm not 100% sure on that. And I think another thing I put down there as well, and actually the viewers mentioned that in chat as well. And actually I downloaded and installed it right before the show, which is the Apple released Mac OS X. Actually, let me go ahead and switch camera shots here. and installed the 10.6.5 update. Some of it was just security fixes. There are some performance fixes as well with gaming, graphic applications, and games performance issues, and a lot of other things like that. Now, I can't really go over it too much because I don't. Most of those changes just came today. Like I said, Wirecast 4 just came out. Myself, I'm not going to implement it yet, 4.0. I'm going to slowly do it over the next few weeks or so. There's no big rush. I mean, Wirecast does what I need it to anyway, but eventually I will switch over, but that is coming up for me. And I think the biggest news I have is the FedEx truck dropped by and brought me a bunch of neat stuff, and I figured I'd go over that. And I did decide, at first, of course, some people who, use Mac or may even not use Mac, iLife 11 came out. And to me, at first, I wasn't going to get it because, the iLife I have did what it needed to do, but it does have a few features that's kind of interesting with iMovie. I probably use iMovie the most because I actually use it to download movie clips from my webcam. It automatically converts it and then it puts it in iMovie, but I don't use it to edit yet. And then I usually do it half screen and then show it the clips live during the show. And which is the iLife 11. So I went ahead and got that, ordered that from company OWC, Other World Computing. That's where the FedEx all came from one place, of course. And it's got some neat new features. Of course, the movie trailers, which I'm going to implement for like the very beginning of the show. Now I know the Tech Buzz does it also. I'm going to use a different one because I don't want to use the same one, but it's got a what's nice about it too is the music that comes with the movie trailers. I believe it's royalty free as long as perhaps you don't use it for commercial reasons, I guess. But I think the biggest change on this is you can also do some audio editing as well on the iMovie 11. I meant to add that. Okay. Also, some changes are iPhone 11 and GarageBand 11, both of which I don't use that much now. Once I do more photos, then, I'll use iPhoto. I'm not sure of the changes yet, but, So I got that. Yay, I installed it. I kind of played around with the movie trailers a little bit. It actually shows you each trailer pre-made, what it looks like, which is kind of cool. So, and that was one of the things that I got from the... it's not really the brown truck. I guess it's a white and blue reddish truck. And of course, I got the SSD drive. It's still in the box right here. I'll take it out in a minute. Of course, another thing I implemented, which it's called a newer technology. I guess it's a USB 2.0 universal drive adapter. It kind of allows you to hook up, all kinds of drives, mostly the five. Hopefully I get the size right. The 5-inch and the 2.5-inch drives, and it could be CD-ROM, SSD, or SATA. I think you can even do IDE as well, and it allows you just to hook it up to the USB 2 port. And the reason I got this is because I wanted to kind of copy clone to the SSD drive. And this wasn't actually too expensive. It's only maybe $35. But when I was taken out of the box, I was quality's not that great, to tell you the truth. It was there's actually some pins on it that I don't think I'll take it out of the box, but you got to hook the power supply up to it so you can use it for different things, and I couldn't get the damn thing to go in there. There's it looks like it uses an old-fashioned IDE or power supply connection, and you got to mess with it, get the pins aligned to actually have the adapter go on, and that was another problem. I mean, it's not bad for $35, and it works good. Now, surprisingly, you're supposed to hook the power connection up before you use the SSD drive, and so I hooked everything up, and I was gonna hook the power up last. But I went ahead and I stuck it in the USB port, and it automatically detected it. And I guess that SSD drive runs off of just I think 5 volts, which is I think the USB provides enough. But it says you're supposed to plug in the power adapter, but it seemed to work without it. So I was afraid to stick it in there and then short something out, so I just left it alone. And last but not least, of course, I got the OWC branded SSD drive. That's kind of weird because their box that has it looks like, if you look at it closely, it looks like they spray painted it, the packaging, which is kind of funny. I could have got it totally wrong, but to tell you the truth, I don't care about the box as long as the drive is a good brand, and that's all that matters to me. And it was kind of like it kind of smells like it's spray painted, but you can barely notice. Probably black comes off in my hand. Okay, we got it right here. Now this is kind of like their own brand. All 3 items I got from Other World Computing, OWC. And I've been kind of looking on SSD drives and technology behind it. Like I said, I was always scared on using it because previous versions were unreliable and other things. Now I think it's getting where it's mature enough to try it out, so I am going to throw it in the Mac Pro today. And I'll go ahead and take it out so you guys can see a little bit easier if I can get out of the package. Oops, maybe I should have electrified, I guess. Destaticized. Okay, this is their brand. Now it's really a rebranded. I don't think they actually make the whole drive, but they have a manufacturer that I guess do it to their specs, and then they just rebranded their own brand, which is OWC Mercury Extreme Pro SSD 2.5 SATA, and it says 3.0 gigabytes per second, and which is this right here. I'll try to do a close-up. And as you can see, it's pretty small. Obviously, you can use it in desktops as well. And, when I was doing research, the reason I like their brand, because they do use the SandForce controller on here for the SSD, and which actually is probably one of the fastest out there. Even, I remember Intel used to be the biggest thing as far as SSD drives. Now, anything that's starting to use the SandForce controller, and in this one particular, and this is great on Macs as well, because right now Macs don't have trim control for SSD. Only I believe Windows 7 as far as we know. And this does, the controller has like some kind of garbage function where it kind of takes over kind of for the trim command. So that's another reason I wanted to try it out. So and this is about 120 gig drive, and we're going to throw in the Mac Pro. Isn't that awesome? Okay, actually I wanted to also mention what I did. Now I was going to do a carbon copy clone of the mechanical hard drive HDD in the Mac Pro, and I was just going to clone it to this. And I kind of, at the last minute, I kind of changed my mind because this is actually almost about half the size of the one in my laptop. And so what I decided to do is I'm just going to install Mac OS X on it, just the operating system. I'm not even going to install iLife or anything like that. And I did use that USB 2 adapter, and what I did is I went ahead and the operating system, I installed that on the SSD already, so it'll make it a little bit faster. Once we install, I can test it out right away. And I actually did that right before the show. And let me see, the base install for the Mac OS X was about 5 gigs, so I got approximately about 115 gigs left on this. So we're going to install that actually right now, I think. Might as well. And actually, they also had a little toolkit that's kind